Today I'm going to talk about becoming home in your body. Oh, I ate. And it's not really about the quantity in which I ate. It's what the types of foods that I ate. I have not had this I haven't had this much sugar in a long time, and my body is responding to it. My body is so much more sensitive to sugar now. So I've had an influx of it for like a week, and it's been rough. And when I eat a lot of sugar and when I'm not as active, which I haven't been as active as I typically am, and my body feels really stiff, and um I just feel the inflammation. And so when I'm around family at large, I have some of my family members who have, I guess, more of my family members who are doing like the GLP-1s. And so it's been in front of me for a long time now, and I have contemplated starting one. If you don't know what a GLP-1 is, it's like Ozempic. Everybody's on it for, like, there's so many people on it for weight loss. My biggest hang up about a GLP-1 is that, and I think it's a GLP-1. Anyway, my biggest hang up is that when you are on it, the moment you stop taking it, you begin to gain your weight back. And I have seen and talked to like people in my family who have experienced that. And which means you have to be on it for the rest of your life. And I just I don't want to do that. At the same time, I know that it would help jumpstart me. And so I was having a conversation with somebody over the past week, and I said, if I did it, there would have to be a way to where I did the weight loss pill or whatever. I think you do it in shots. I would have to do that, but I also would need to deal with the mental, like, what is it actually turning off in my mind so that I'm not overeating or whatever. So I would want to be on it, but also pair that with therapy specifically for, therapy and or coaching specifically geared towards reprogramming whatever or healing from whatever that is that's controlling that eating pattern. And so then in my mind, like, my logic then says, by the time I kind of like got off of the, the weight loss medicine, by the time I stop that weight loss medicine, I've worked through the mental, not restrictions, the mental blocks that keep me from not just losing the weight, but keeping the weight off. And it helps me to divorce myself from this unhealthy tie to sugar and unhealthy foods and just an unhealthy lifestyle, to where food is not the only way that I get excited about life. I'm not thinking about each meal and the next thing I'm going to eat. It doesn't mean that I'm not a foodie, because I am a foodie, but I'm not, my mind is not, my life is not like centered around food. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, that means that when I stopped the weight loss medication, then I did the work on my brain simultaneously. So I don't know. It's worth a try. I actually might talk to my doctor about it and see how it goes. If you're if anybody watching is out there, like, I'd be interested in seeing it too, or I want to hear more about that. Let's talk about that. Let me know. Just comment and let me know. But this is the first time I've been like, I maybe could consider it. That's the only way that I would. But what I can say is this right here, this body, I try not to be too hard on myself because this body has gotten me through a lot. And food has gotten me through a lot in my life. But now I don't need it anymore. But now I have, there's some things that coping mechanism created where I've got to shed the weight because I don't need that anymore. I don't need that survival skill anymore. So, yeah, I've got to find some other ways to cope, some other ways to manage life. And get this is the big one. I need to restructure how my life looks. So my brain doesn't always do fast paced too well. And so it may mean that I need to slow my life down. It needs to be not only simpler, but it needs to be filled with things that fill me. And so my emotional attachment to food is also connected to the natural patterns of my life, my schedule. There's certain careers and jobs I can't have anymore because they cause undue pain and undue stress to my mind and my body. Which means there's some jobs, you might be able to go out and do any job there is to do. That's not how my brain is set up. And so I'm realizing that I can't healthily do everything. And so I'm realizing that I have to restructure decisions I make for my life. And that is where the freedom from emotional eating is. That's what I think. But anyway, so that's a takeaway for today. This GLP-1. I really hope that's what it is. But anyway, I would look it up real quick, but I'm recording on my phone. So this is the first trip where I was like, I'm contemplating it paired with therapy, specifically for not just weight loss management, but like how I got here, how I learned how to cope with life and cope with stress through eating, emotional eating. Thank you. A little birdie told me GLP-1 is right. So anyway, that's what today is about. If you want to talk more about it, I'm learning about it and figuring out if I even want to go down that road. But if you're thinking about it, or you want to just talk weight loss or becoming home in your body, like becoming at homeostasis, equilibrium, like stable in your body, physical health, let me know if you want to talk more about that, or if you have questions that you want to just dissect or anything like that. Just comment and let me know. And yeah, if there's anything you want me to cover, or just let me know. So I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. This is day 5, and I will see you tomorrow. We're still chugging along. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.